saw what you did there.
Can't fuck with them. They get a little temperamental.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the Idiot Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're back once again. My name is Bella, or Sean, whatever you want to call me by. To my right, of course, as always, I have Coyote, and we have our third member of the Idiot Podcast. He is back once again, Mr. Claudius, the Archangel of the group. Howdy, howdy. How is it going, my friend? It's been a while since you've been on this. Of course, at home, as he wasn't able to make the drive up this week, but hopefully soon we'll have him in person, and the Idiot Podcast will just get even crazier. So, what also is crazy, guys, is something that does not get talked about very often: mental health issues. This is going to be a new subject that we are going to start pushing on the podcast, guys. Is just talking about mental health issues, what's causing them, how they have affected us in real life, and if it doesn't affect us, we'll give our opinion of how we could help others go.
Our opinion and our 2 cents kind of thing.
We'll put our 2 cents in. So I ran this by them legitimately this morning. Well, before we started the recording here, and the very first one is going to hit me a little close to home. As you guys can tell, the Idiot Podcast is below the LGBTQ flag. I personally am part of the LGBTQ, and I know Coyote to my right is a very good supporter of it, and Claudius will have to fill his side of that in here momentarily, but we are under the LGBTQ flag as well as the U.S. flag and all that. Got a little "Don't Tread on Me" going on, and a little bit of flag action on his hat, and then Claudius, well, he's hatless tonight. We're gonna have to change that. Just kidding. And something I have not taken off me quite yet, but there it is. But my love hat. But yeah, one of the biggest things, and I hate to say it, but mental health issues is a serious issue within the LGBTQ, because people are so worried about coming out to family that it takes a toll on their mind. I just had 2 gentlemen in my Discord come out to me, and then one of them right after go and tell his mom, which was awesome, but it plagued me for a while, because I felt that I had to hide it because of my own father, as I didn't expect him to take it as he did. And so people hide it. I hate to say it, but it just kind of sucks. It takes people to get to know others that are in it and get comfortable enough to come out to them and get that inspiration and that little boost of going, hey, it's okay. You can be who you want to be around me, and that confidence boost will help them come out to family and other friends, and eventually it snowballs until they've officially fully come out. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, I've had my fair honor of having a few people come out to me personally, and before they even come out to family, which I think is really, really cool, because they trust me enough to have that sacred information about themselves before anyone else. Did you die?
One died.
One died. Rip.
But
so,
like he was saying, I'm a huge supporter of him. Just I don't know, like, I support him, but I don't support the ones that think that they get special privilege for something like that. Like, I've had so many family members, or even just friends, come out and know they're like bisexual, gay, etc., etc. And I've always kind of supported them, because you treat everybody like they're human. Like, everybody's human. Everybody has their own likings, dislikings, etc. They may not be the same as mine, but they're still human. So at the end of the day, just treat everybody the way you really want to be treated. That's one thing I've always kind of went by in school. is treat people the way you want to be treated, even though they don't want to treat you that way, but you still treat them with kindness, kind of thing.
Ooh, now, Mr.
Is that my
Claudia?
cue?
Yeah, go ahead.
So recently, I've kind of been, wow,
Huh?
wow,
Go ahead. Sorry.
wow. I've been kind of talking with some people. Wolf was one of them, and I'm actually realizing that I'm asexual, still straight, but just asexual. Just after researching and talking with people, I'm just I don't know how to explain it in my own terms. It's just I'm just I'm me.
Yeah. But that was a interesting little talk that we had the other night. As you were kind of questioning me about what defines asexuality, and I, like I told you that night, I was honored to be the person that you came to, and just kind of picked my brain, as of course you knew that I am asexual, and that was very heartwarming. So, a lot of people, to cope with mental health issues or just like depression or anything like that, of course, depression being a mental health issue, I hate to say, it's actually a very common one, they go and try to find escapes. My escape being YouTube, but for some others, it is tattoos. I know Coyote over here has a tattoo, and I know myself and Claudius are wanting to get tattoos. And so
Hmm.
that is actually one of our topics that we've been wanting to talk about here on the Idiot Podcast. So I will allow one of them to get themselves situated and talk about that on their own, and I will finish this up with my little story I've got to tell.
So, do you want to go first, Claudius, or?
Yeah, I'll go first. So pretty much, I always get tattoos that mean something to me. It's either like a family member or just what I see myself as. And one of my really big tattoos I plan on getting is pretty much a full back, uh, angel wings, black angel wings. Of because obviously I have kind of based my channel and kind of like a lot of my gaming usernames and stuff around archangels, and I kind of see myself kind of like as a fallen archangel who's trying to rise back up. So I want to get a full back tattoo, and then a couple other ones. Huge on Norse. I actually have Norse blood um, in my family. So eventually I'm gonna get something Norwegian, probably like Thor's hammer or maybe like one of Odin's ravens or both of them.
That'd be cool.
But I'm also a huge fan of the Mass Effect series, and I have not found a better game series. So I want to get the N7 logo on my body somewhere, and probably something supernatural related. I want to get like a very supernatural small logo. I've thought about getting what Sam and Dean have in the show is their anti-possession tattoo that they eventually get. So
That'd be
Coyote,
cool
I know
too.
you probably have a lot too, so I'm gonna hand this over to you.
As he said, I already have a tattoo, and it's in commemorance of my father passing away. And that was kind of always since I was a little kid my main tattoo that I was gonna get. I never, at the time, thought I was gonna get any more tattoos but that one. And then as soon as I got that one, it just kind of spiraled into looking in at other tattoos and stuff. Like I was just showing him earlier a few of them that I have. One of them says, "Inhale the future, exhale the past," and it's got a like a stopwatch and stuff. I want to get something like that. I want to get. There was one that had something to do with like stitches or something
Mm-hmm.
that nobody's like perfect. They just it was a nice saying. I can't remember exactly what it said, but I also want to get there was one that had an island, and it says, "Not all who wander are lost."
Mm.
As in, with that, it's kind of like in life, you're kind of just wandering around figuring out where you need to go, and not everybody gives up. They push to try and they know where they're going, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They know where they want to be. I've got a lot of different tattoo ideas that I want to do. Of course, I come from a family that is a big, like, on the whole "don't tread on me" stuff, and I was gonna get an American flag and just stuff like that. I want to get a shit ton of tattoos.
You've got the obsession.
But other than that, that's kind of the only tattoos I've really got right now that I really want to get. So, I'm gonna hand it over to this guy.
So, as he was talking about, there are people that feel lost, and this is where shit gets real deep, and I try not to cry as I'm already tearing up. A lot of you guys that have been around my Discord or even my YouTube channel, you guys will know that I did lose my aunt at a very, very young age. I was like 9, 10 years old back in 2009 to her own hand. And I've wanted a tattoo in memory of her, the semicolon. Of course, Claudius, he's a writer over there. He knows the importance of a semicolon, and any person that has any sort of suicidal tendency, or even had someone that had suicidal tendencies that have ended their life, the survivors of them, they become very aware of the semicolon and the meaning that no matter what, the story never ends with just one person. So, of course, factually, a person with suicide in their life becomes more prominent. They are at a greater risk of falling themselves that way. And I was one of them. I've tried multiple times, and yet I keep my story going where I could have ended it multiple times. Coyote, I have to thank him many, many times a year, because if it weren't for him, there would have been an end to my journey. And he quite literally walked in front of traffic for me because I was at the end of my story, at the end of that chapter. And he's just like, hey, guess what, motherfucker? This is no period. This is a semicolon in your life. And so for 2 years now, I've been wanting to get my aunt's birthday and the day that she was put to rest on my wrist, surrounding the semicolon. So it's just something that has kind of tied into a few of my mental health issues, and that is the closure I want. But right now, the funding isn't there for it, so it's just kind of one of those things where you live life and just don't give up. And if you do feel like you are lost, then you've found one hell of a place to have wandered on to. The Idiot Podcast, our channels. I know Claudius, he has his own that you can find in the description. Coyote as well, and of course my own channel. I know that the gentlemen that are before me are very, very awesome, very open guys, and that's why I love to have them around, and why they are now the two other co-hosts of the Idiot Podcast. So to those gentlemen that sit upon me, thank you, gentlemen, for being who you are, and being a part of my life, and just for being around and not allowing me to give up when I've tried multiple times. So
I know, speaking on that semicolon, I know my brother, he got himself a tattoo, and he has the semicolon.
mm-hmm.
He has a saying on his arm that goes down to the semicolon, because I know my brother has attempted to you know, take his own life. And so that's like he was saying, you know, I'm always open when it comes to talking to anybody that's thinking that way, because I've had not only many friends but many family members become
Lost.
lost and really want to take their life.
Hmm.
And it's
And
just like, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead and finish, and I'll.
He'll jump in.
It's just like, I don't know. Like, I know myself. There's been times that I've just thought it so bad, and I've had this guy or even Claudius, you know, talk to me and tell me, hey, this is not gonna happen. You've helped me. It's my turn to help you. It's a two-way street.
Comes around in a circle at that point.
And like you said, you know, I'm really grateful for these two, you know, because these two are one of my, like, I wouldn't even say friends, I'd say brothers right now.
Family.
They've kind of just been there and helped me through so much. They're still helping me through some personal issues I've got going on right now.
Mm-hmm. And to kind of add on to that, I'm gonna talk about a couple things because it is related to the coping mechanisms related to mental health and all that. So I remember one time I got just broken up, and I was having a really hard time. Uh, Coyote actually walked his happy ass over there up to my house when I lived closer
In the
in
snow, might we say.
shorts in the snow to come make sure that I was okay. And I'm pretty sure we just like played games or something. Where'd that person go?
He's kind of, he's trying to regroup a little bit, because it's something it's kind of hard to go over, you know.
Hmm.
So just go ahead.
And then
He'll
yeah,
be back.
and I was just yeah, we ended up like playing games and just talking. It was a real good time. And kind of like what I should we wait for him to get back?
You good there, buddy? Depends on what the whole, if depends on if you want him to be back for it or whatnot. He's on his way back. He's good.
Hi, welcome back to Chili's.
Welcome back. How might I take your order?
Uh,
I want a large chili fry.
make
Sorry, sir, we're all out of that.
shit. It's like McDonald's and the goddamn ice cream machine. Never getting a sponsorship from McDonald's.
But anyway, kind of like another thing I want to talk about is coping. As you can see, I have Star Wars, Godzilla, and posters and lightsabers all over here and models. Um, Obviously, I do game. Those have been huge coping mechanisms because I had every opportunity to get involved in very illegal activities, and I said no. So
Same.
I'm a little bit Star Wars obsessed, so that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
I mean, it's either Star Wars or meth. What one would you choose?
Yeah.
Basically, at the end of it. There, basically. Fuck. My train of thought is just gone.
No, but with what he was saying, you know, we can kind of go, you know, to our point number 2 of going over games that you guys were.
Yeah. This is kind of the topic that Claude were wanting to talk about, but yeah, games. So you mentioned that you were a gaming channel and that kind of stuff, and you mentioned Mass Effect as well earlier today. So bring us along that journey of yours that you've got yourself into.
You mean the live walkthrough that I currently have not done in a while?
Yes, that one.
That one.
That one in particular, yes.
But pretty much, I for a bit I was having a streaming schedule. It's kind of been a little hectic with work, so unfortunately, I did have to kind of put not a stop, but a temporary hold on all the streams that I've been doing. But there is a game that I will be bringing over, and I'm probably going to do a live playthrough of that. It's the God of War 2018. I actually just purchased it today. It releases Friday the 14th, which is next week. So that's more than likely going to be a very intense, because that game is really combat
Yeah.
focused, combos, and I will be surprised if I never die, because I'm gonna die a lot, and I feel like it'll be a great
One.
raging one. So it's probably not gonna be kid friendly, because I'll probably be cussing up a storm. But
Yeah.
and then, as they mentioned, Mass Effect, join me on that adventure when I do get back. I know Mass Effect 1 is kind of eh, but story in it is great as well. But as it gets on, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, especially Mass Effect 3, yeah, you'll love the games just as much as I do. The characters, the story, but Bella can atone for this. We are looking at a SWAT game,
Hmm. Ready or not?
ready or not. That's in my wish list. I'll be picking that up as soon as I'm able to.
And I know that
And
Hannah will also be joining us on that as well, which will be cool because we'll have at least three people.
Don't leave me
mhm,
out. I
You'll
need
be
to get
there
a
in
PC
spirit.
eventually. I need to get a PC eventually. That's one thing I
Eventually.
need to do. But
Yeah.
I guess since we're kind of going over games, I guess I can go over,
Yeah. Go
you
ahead.
know, because like we were saying, going on, doing like videos or whatever. I do have a video that I have in the works right
Hmm.
now that I
That's
was talking to these two about.
sat on my computer right now, actually.
That all we really need to do is kind of just do a
Voiceover.
voiceover, and it's just kind of like an introduction to my channel since, of course, I haven't posted anything at the moment, but I do plan on trying to get whatever I can to start videoing and going live, etc.
But yeah, basically, Claude, from me, he kind of went over it. Uh, Ready or not, like he said, SWAT based game where you just kind of jump in head over heels into the most just obnoxious shit is going to be coming to my channel as well once we all are getting that done. And I know even Hannah is starting to do more stuff on their end as well. So you probably will see it from three perspectives, which would be really cool. But yeah, that's basically all I really have to say about the gaming subject of that. But
But
um,
with hearing that, I know Claudia said something about work and how it's taking a toll on him not being able to really do
do
lives, and
lives.
like he just kind of gets home and he gets really tired. You know, why don't we just kind of
mhm,
go
Yeah,
over your recap that you want to do?
yeah, because we were talking that you got something for your work the other
mhm,
day that you wanted to
mhm.
bring up. So yeah,
So
go ahead.
kind of this is gonna be a kind of like a recap. I'm gonna kind of go over like a little bit from the first podcast that I missed because I was unfortunately sick with three different respiratories
That's fun.
illnesses that I'm still trying to get over, but my voice is back and I'm breathing a lot easier. Kind of like I said, mentioned, uh, work has changed a lot for me. A lot has happened in the past 3 months. My lead, who I worked under on the loop technician side of things, he moved up a position, which means that I was promoted to a more supervisor role, and it's of course a little bit more stress because I have that leadership things that I need to take care of and making sure the guy under me does his job. And it's like I have literally everybody, other line technicians, salesmen, managers coming to me for a bunch of stuff. And at the point when I leave at 5 o'clock, I'm falling asleep on the freeway getting home. I'm just out of it. So I'm trying to kind of I really do want to get back into live streaming, but unfortunately, work is coming in the way of that because I need to work full time. I got bills. I want to move out with these guys as they over there giggling about stuff.
my, my mother. Oh, I'll explain in a second.
Okay. So kind of just I did have to upgrade to what I was using for my toolbox. I actually got a top and bottom, bottom being a hutch, top lid thing, and I upgraded to a better toolbox. So that was the most recent purchase for work. And honestly, I'm a lot happier with it. I got a lot more room. Uh, I still have empty drawers. I'm gonna be getting more tools and stuff. Kind of 2022 resolutions. Do the best I can for work. Not get all flipped out. Just in general, be a better person. I mean, I'm already a pretty quote unquote neat person, but just do the best I can with my life. That includes work, personal, stay financially stable. Uh, just continue to accomplish my goals, which pretty much just be happy. No, that's all I want to do. Really, just be happy. Work life, personal life. But
You know, get out, have fun. You know, and
mhm,
with that, we have it where we wanted to, say that with how you guys see this idiot podcast all the time, where we're kind of sitting around, just on the computer talking.
Mm-hmm.
We really want to expand. We want to go do outdoor podcasts, traveling recording sessions. Just kind of
Expand our horizons, for say, when
just
it comes to just the stereotypical podcast setup where you are around a studio mic with a friend or two in person. We want to kind of change it up here on the podcast, and I know we have our fair share of our pew pews that we could go do stuff with and kind of focus a podcast around just talking about that kind of stuff and show it off and
I guess at the same time
that
that kind of leads into our third topic
a
of
third one, yeah,
not
a little
only
bit.
just the guns we have, but
Well, kind of leads into the third and ninth technically,
I guess yeah.
because it's all PP related.
And so, like I said, every one of us have some sort of a gun,
Mm-hmm. Pew pew.
and I know Claudius was saying something about how he used to go hunting back in the day. He hasn't really said that he has lately, but
mm-mm.
we've been talking about maybe trying to go through the whole hunter's ed stuff like that, and do maybe some hunting podcasts or something.
Or just
I don't know.
even videos in general.
Yeah, hunting videos, stuff like that. And I know, like I said, Claudius has said that he's been out hunting before, and so I've always debated on it because for a while I was just like, I couldn't shoot an animal. I couldn't shoot an animal, and now I'm just like,
It is what it
it is what it is.
Human selection.
That's kind of adding on to that. That's actually very common in the hunting world. Even I had it. It's called buck fever.
Mm-hmm.
You get all stressed out when you pull that trigger, and a lot of people have that. It's something that you get over because that deer, that's food.
Yeah.
That's a filled up freezer. And sometimes
Hmm.
that's a cheaper route than going,
Jerky.
going to a local butcher house and getting $800 when you can go spend $50 in
Ammo,
tag and
Oh
well,
yeah, tag
your
tag
ammo,
etc.
yeah,
etc.
ammo.
stuff for that. And of course, it's a lot more physical because you gotta carry in your gear and carry out your gear with animals and stuff like
And
that. But
just to know that when you kill a deer,
That's
that's heavy.
yeah.
it
I
is.
would know.
So would
but
I.
I didn't shoot one. I hit one with my car,
Yeah.
and that was
God damn it.
me and the cop himself. It took us a little bit of time to get the deer off the road.
Yeah, that was a really expensive bullet you used.
Almost $24,000. Yeah.
Hmm.
Biggest weapon a person can own, a vehicle.
And that could probably lead into a couple of different topics that we have today, gun related. I'm starting to purchase my own weapons. In fact, I actually went out with my dad, which is why I wasn't able to really make it
Mhm.
over there. Um, I probably spent, I don't know, probably 2 hours at the gun store trying to decide between two different concealed weapons, but I went with uh, a Ruger Max 9 and a 9mm, obviously.
Do you have it next to you?
Yeah.
Show it off. I'm not. We don't gotta be afraid here.
Yep. So here it is. This is actually going to be my concealed. It's not too small where it's uncomfortable for my hands, but it's not too
Gorgeous.
big. That's not going to be too
God,
big
yes.
to conceal. But I'm happy with it. I spent the amount of money that I wanted to spend, and it was a better price than the one I was looking at. And I'm eventually going to be getting a shotgun. I'm going to have two different barrels for it, one for bird hunting, one for home defense. And eventually I'm going to be getting bolt action aught 6. Don't know what I'm just, trying to get my own arsenal rather than just borrowing my dad's stuff. But
It's behind us. Oh, or you can grab that one too. Sorry, we're grabbing my arsenal because it's all within this room. As we're talking about guns, and I'm really hesitant of bringing it to my main channel, but you guys can see the two shotguns coming into frame here. We'll put them over here just real quick. I'll let you talk about your arsenal, and then I'll finish this off. Kind of going over.
I don't really have an arsenal.
I
Just a
really don't
pistol.
have an arsenal
I've
either.
got an arsenal.
Oh, you're talking about him.
I've got myself a 22 long rifle. Yeah, just a 22 long rifle, and then I've got myself a Sky 9mm, and I'm in the works right now trying, like, you've seen over the video, he got a couple shotguns. I'm trying to get myself a shotgun. I'm just kind of trying to get myself quite a bit of guns because I'm a gunaholic.
Gun. Oh, it's my turn, and I'm over here fucking with my hoodie. It's dirty. So, as you guys saw, he picked himself up a really, really sexy looking 9mm. And I also have my own. It's a SAR 9mm. It's Glock platform. I love the ever loving hell out of this pistol. It's a little bit bigger than I was wanting to get for my first 9, but for it being an open carry pistol, which I knew it was going to be, because that's all I really wanted to do, just with our laws right now, and not wanting to go necessarily get a concealed carry permit and all that. It works really well for me, and it shoots quite well too. And for you guys that noticed, we had two other, as I like to call them, boomsticks come into frame. And for you guys wondering what my open carry holster looks like, it's just a little clip or a slide-on holster. Quite nice. It's a little bulky, but it gets the job done. And like I said, I open carry it basically everywhere here in Idaho, Oregon, because the open carry laws is kind of universal between the two states. So next is going to be my Rock Island Armory. This is a 12 gauge shotgun. I'm going to show clear because YouTube likes for when it shows clear, even though I do have one loaded, but it's still coming out because 12 gauge shotguns are awesome. But like I said, 12 gauge Rock Island Armory. It's a little home defender. It's a short barrel rifle.
He's your waifu guy.
He's a rifle now. But short barrel. Two and a half, 2 3/4 shell. It's actually quite nice. I love it. This was actually my first gun to ever be purchased, and I've only had one regret, and it was not to buy a full length shotgun. And
And you bought ammo that wasn't meant.
yeah, I bought 3-inch
3.5 inch
Oh, yeah,
round
3.5.
turkey shot.
turkey shot, which just did not work in this. Oh, I guess this is a 3-inch chamber. So I got
Yeah, 3.5.
I got 3.5. I don't know why I said 2 3/4.
2 3/4 is that.
Which is what I shoot now. But honestly, I love it. And like I said, the only issue I had with it was I didn't get a full barreled shotgun to go out and actually shoot with friends. It's kind of more of a home defense. So I was talking with my father about getting another shotgun. And of course, my parents were all fairly heavily armed. My parents have pistols in their cars in case if shit happens. My dad actually grew up hunting with his father. They trained hunting dogs for a long time, and they did like duck hunting and all that. And so my dad had a Remington A500 that we'd kept in the family for forever. And I was at the point where I'm wanting to get a shotgun. He has a shotgun that never got used anymore, and he never went out and shot it or anything. So nope, that didn't want to stay open because it's not wanting. Okay. And yes, for you guys that can tell in the background, I do keep all my guns loaded. Simply because you never know what's going to come through your door at night. And I would rather be protected and have it ready in case that happens. But I'm going to have to step back for this guy because it is a full length Remington. Or not Remington, Browning A500. 12 gauge. Yeah, 12 gauge. But it is amazing. And this was a custom-made shotgun that was given to my dad by my late grandfather, who has since passed away. But right here where my thumb is, it has my dad's name engraved on the shotgun, so it is definitely a family heritage shotgun that will be kept in the family for as long as it holds up. And it's awesome to have it. As I did not expect to get it, as I was kind of expecting it to go to my brother, but that is just simply because my dad's and I relationship isn't the greatest. So when he told me to go grab it out of the bedroom and just was like, hey, here's the shotgun that you've been talking to me about, and that's been in the family, well, go ahead and take it. It hit me a little hard because my grandfather, my dad's father, was really, really close with me. Before he passed away, I basically tell anyone when I'm talking about him that he taught me to be the person I am today, and just being really open, being really caring, and just honestly going out my way to help any person that needs help. That's who taught me to do that. And so when we lost him, it hit me like a freight train doing mock Jesus. So to be able to inherit his gun that he bought for my dad, it hit. So I've yet to go out and shoot this shotgun, sadly, but I'm hoping that that day will come fairly soon, and hopefully I'll be able to go out and do that first shot in like few years with these two gentlemen that are on the podcast with
In
me
a
too.
few years.
Yeah, legitimately, it's not been shot in years.
Oh, they said we're gonna go shooting in a few years. It's like,
Oh yeah, we're gonna go.
couple months.
Yeah, we're gonna go shoot an ASA fucking P. But no, this shotgun hasn't been shot in a few years. So I'm gonna have to clean it a little bit before that happens, though.
Good idea.
And for
That.
What?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna go over that what I pulled out because people might have saw. These are target load, so for you guys that are wondering, they're Winchester target load, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that, but yeah, it's 1 1/3 ounce buckshot or birdshot. Basically, it's a target load.
Mm-hmm. So since we're on the target,
The target.
Yep.
God, I hope I'm gonna be on target when I go out and shoot with you guys. If not, that's gonna be embarrassing as fuck.
Since we're on the topic of guns, I wouldn't say safe, but airsoft. I know we weren't available to do it last summer, but I've been shopping around to get more weapons so I can let people use them. But I really want to get back into airsofting. It's honestly really fun when we have a bunch of group of people, even if it's just like the three of us, just going out and shooting them all. That's always a good time.
Oh my god.
But I have an arsenal. I have actually a pretty decent small arsenal of weapons for airsoft, but I would like to have more. Cannot have enough.
This guy's saying he wants more, and I'm over here with none.
I don't have one either right now. Technically, I could get mine fixed, but I'd rather just get a new one.
But I don't know if you guys have anything you want to add to that, but
Not really.
I just think airsoft would be kind of fun to
Get back into.
go and do, you know?
Don't ask me how I lost that.
I guess
moment.
the next topic's kind of just a random topic.
Because technically we went over.
We kind of went over it a little bit. Yeah. Because like Claudia said, you know, he's got all them posters. So, you know, he's going over kind of like favorite TV
shows,
movies and shit.
Which I wonder what that's gonna be for Claudius. My Little Pony.
no.
Damn.
Oh
shit! I'm just going over mine. Whoops.
Obviously, I'll go ahead and start it off. Because I actually have a lot, so I may take the longest. As you can see, I have a Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Mandalorian. Godzilla is one of my favorite movie series, all of them, all the way back to 1954. I recently watched. Oh yeah, Star Wars: The Bad Batch, which is right here. Got a little thing for Christmas. Supernatural, you can't really see him, but
No.
I recently finished a Netflix show called Arcane. I loved it. Even if you're not a League of Legends fans, go watch it. It's awesome. The characters are awesome. The music is awesome. I have Jinx right here. She's my favorite character. I can't really see it because it's covered in masking tape. Half-ass elimination, but yeah.
Oh. Nice.
In all honesty, when it comes to favorite TV shows / movies, the only things I really watch, and I know a lot of people say, oh, it's fake and everything.
Hold on. There we go. I don't know if they caught the last bit of yours, Claudius. Is my desktop audio. Cut the fuck out. Still don't understand why the hell I'm having that bug, but every now and then my audio will just it'll shut off. It's like my drivers are bugged.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've tried legitimately every fucking possible fix they recommend, and it's still bugging out. So that's the reason why I'm trying to build a new fucking PC too. It's just so I don't have that bug anymore. Because legitimately, I don't fucking know what's causing it. So I'm just at the point where I'm retiring this computer in time.
Hmm.
But you're working
Well,
now, so
well, recap: Arcane, awesome show. Go watch it. Jinx is my favorite character. So,
bingo bongo.
bingo bongo.
With what I was gonna say, literally, I don't really watch TV much. But the only thing I really watch, I know you guys are more or less say it's fake, this and that, is just WWE. I watch WWE. I play WWE, shit like that. I just kind of, I don't know. It's something I've always like enjoyed since I was a little kid. I know it's all fake. I learned that real quick. But in all reality, that's really the only TV show I really watch. When it comes to movies, I kind of go with the flow, watch whatever. I mean, I never really go into watching a movie and have high hopes for anything. I just kind of watch it just to.
Me with that last movie we just saw.
But I know one movie I really want to go see is the new Spider-Man that's out.
Same.
I did
Same.
too.
I want to see that
Oh,
one. Really
gentlemen, do we have a date?
I wouldn't consider it a date with you. Sorry.
bad.
Damn! Ay, my heart, my poor little
You're missing the wrong parts. So
Next weekend,
possibly.
maybe. But
We could- Shit, we might have to talk about that.
we'll probably have to talk about
We
that situation because I want to see that movie
I
really bad.
desperately want to see it.
But other than that, I really don't watch TV or movies much. Like of course, like I said, I watch them, but very seldom. Most of the time, I'm playing games, or I'm just kind of chilling on my phone, talking in VC and
We're working.
most of his Discord. Well, yeah, I'm working, but most of the time it's kind of like when I get off work, I'm in VC chatting with basically these two. Of course, I know more or less in the description. I know it has his Discord and mine. I know we might have to get his Discord as well.
I gotta get his links.
So it's just all the Discords are down in the description if you guys want to come and join all the hectic fun.
The hell.
Yeah. But
the hell that is.
basically, it's just kind of like we're usually in there chit chatting. If not, then we're talking over like Snapchat or something.
Or I'm a fucking sleep.
Or sleep. Yeah, there's times that we'll be on Discord basically all day after we get off work, and then there's days that we're not on Discord at all.
Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to TV, I don't watch any TV at all.
I guess I can say I watch NFL every once in a while too,
But like honestly, I probably watch TV probably like once or twice a month.
most time when he watches it, it's up at my house.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, we usually don't really hang out and do that. We'll listen to music and shit, and then that's basically all. But when it comes to movies, I probably see one a year type of deal, unless like Coyote or like his little brother is like, "Hey, come with us." It's like, all right, cool. But yeah, my parents, they're old, they're senile. I love them, but they're kind of boring. They're gonna beat my ass if they ever see this.
I'm gonna send this clip to your mom.
It's not in it. Ha! But
Shit.
just fuck. But no, it's just I'm at the point where I am usually busy when it comes to either doing like 5M when I was doing that every day. I'd come home, do that, eat, go to bed, shower every now and then. That's why I smell like fish all the time. But yeah, I just when it comes down to favorite TV show, I have to really kind of go back in time, and it'd be basically me growing
Back
up.
in time.
Basically my teenage
Copyright.
years. It's all right, doesn't matter. But like MythBusters, growing up, Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
Let's go even
Tom and
older.
Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, Chowder, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, like old school, like early 2000s um, shows. Full House. Shit, let's even get older.
I know back in the day, one thing I used to watch all the time was NCIS.
NCI. Oh my
But-
god.
I got really hooked into the NCIS Los Angeles one.
Yes. That shit was good.
But then they kind of, I couldn't watch all the seasons they had for it, so I was like, all upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah, right. But yeah, when it comes to movies, really, in all honesty, I don't watch many movies unless I tell Coyote, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen this," as they're talking about it.
What was the one? What was that one movie?
Uh,
Norbit.
Norbit, yep. But yeah, he was talking with Gypsy, another really good friend that I want to get on the Idiot podcast here soon, possibly, depending on his schedule. But they're talking about Norbit, making references to it, and I'm just sat there and they're looking at me like, and I'm just like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that next day we watched it.
I made him
He
watch it.
legitimately made me sit the fuck down and watch that movie, and we were dying of laughter the whole way through.
It's funny. If you guys haven't, go watch Norbit.
Yeah.
Norbit's funny.
Honest to God, go watch Norbit. That is such a hysterical.
It may be an old
Movie,
movie,
yeah,
but it's
gold.
funny.
But yeah, it's like we just went and watched a movie a few days ago now. Sing 2.
Saturday.
Yeah, but we went and saw Sing 2. Think a big
Pops.
time.
My brother.
His brother hit myself and Gypsy up, and him, and we're like, "Hey, do you want to go out and watch a movie?" And it was a day that I wasn't really in the greatest of minds, so that escape was really nice, and we went and saw Sing 2. I hadn't seen the original Sing, so
I still need to get him to see the first one to kind of.
film that gap in, but I went in because I'd kind of heard a little bit of what it was about, that it was more of a cartoony movie, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy that. I get in there 10 minutes in, and I'm over here dancing and singing along with the music, and I'm over here like, God damn. I went in with such a negative like outlook of this movie, thinking it's gonna be stupid. By the end of it, I'm going, "Where's the third one? You best be working on it." Like, come on, motherfuckers. I need the third one now. But yeah, when it comes to movies, I really don't watch movies unless people are like, "Hey, you need to watch this one, and I'll sit down and watch it with you," kind of deal.
I know, like we were saying with the whole Spider-Man, I've got a ton of coworkers that'll sit here and tell me, "Hey, you need to go see this movie like ASAP. Like, this movie is really good."
Really yeah. Actually, but no, I've been told that it's really good. But it's got Tom Holland. Anything that Tom Holland does is just amazing.
Number 4 or 5, I don't remember.
I'm on number 2.
But
think. Oh, fuck you. Number 3.
there we go. And I guess
Fuck.
our last topic we really have is just something I know we've kind of gone over before.
Oops.
But
Of course.
it's always, there's always something new that, you know, we want to bring up for our vehicles, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to start this one? I have honestly, like,
In all honesty, I really could. So we had actually, on our walk home from Mr. Coyote, as I went up this morning as he was making dip. Dip. We'll have to talk about the dip in a later podcast, but fantastic dip. But we were walking home to get ready for this, and we were walking down my old the old road to my work, and we run into one of his mates that he used to work with, and he's of course always working on cars. Like legitimately, every time I walk past,
Always.
he's always working on cars, and they're older cars. And he has a little two-door Datsun pickup that is just sat out there. And of course, like I said, we got distracted. We were talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to get rid of this." And just for the last like 6 months, or whenever I started working back out at the dog shelter, I'd always walk by the Datsun, going, "Fuck, that'd be a fun little work truck, or just a little fuck around truck to put money into." And today, I basically found out that the truck had been worked on a lot, rebuilt basically, and I'm like, "Huh, that sucks because I want that truck really bad." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to sell it," and I'm over here like, "Oh, really?" So we started talking about that, and I'm just like, "Hey, I'll keep that in mind that you're wanting to get rid of that, because I've been looking at it, going, damn, I want that truck." But now I'm torn between two vehicles because my neighbors right behind me, they have a Dodge Durango that's sat for, at this point, 2.5 years that they don't do anything with. And of course, if you guys know anything about Dodge Durangos, they're kind of temperamental vehicles unless you keep them well maintained. And if you do that, then they're pretty damn good workhorses.
It's just
Uh,
Dodge in general.
yeah, exactly. He would know. Of course, as you guys can tell, he works on cars for a living. So, uh, but yeah, it's just I see it just kind of sitting there. It's like I talked to the gal that's behind me, and it's her son's vehicle while he was away. Um, and I'm just like, hey, if you ever get to the point where you want to sell that, let me know, because I will buy that off of your guys' hands, because it's an all-wheel drive vehicle, and it's something that you need up here. You guys really can't tell, but we are whitewashed as fuck out of that window back there, because we have what, about a foot of snow out there, or even about a foot and a half too. So it's definitely something that we need, is an all-wheel drive or a vehicle that is can go from 2 to 4. So they basically, the other day I ran into the gentleman actually while I was out shopping with Coyote, and he comes up and he's like, "Hey man, I'm back." And I'm just like, "Oh shit, what's going on, man?" He's like, "Hey, I heard that you were interested in the Dakota," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, I am." He's like, "Hey,"
Dakota.
or the Durango. I don't know why I said Dakota. Uh, but I'm just like, "Yeah, I would love to own your Durango." And he's like, "Hey, uh, when you get the money, or when you get a little bit of money, come talk with me." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I've got that truck already kind of lined up, and I want to get that Datsun, like I said, just kind of put some money into, make it mine, and have a little commuter car that will get like 25, 30 on the highway instead of a Durango's like 15. So that's kind of my future plans, projects for cars. So we'll pass this
To
off. We'll
him.
we'll pass it off.
I know Claudius says he has a ton of
Yeah,
ideas.
he's got a ton of shit on his plate, so let me shut the fuck up and allow him to speak.
I
Good talk.
Claudia. No, but
We'll pass it over.
I mentioned when the podcast was actually over on Wolf's main channel, I have a Crown Vic 2004 retired cop car that I actually ended up selling to my sibling, but my sibling is like, if you need it, take it, continue to work on it. So it's technically
Still in him.
technically hers, but also I can use it. Cause my sibling doesn't drive that much. My sibling hates driving, and all she would need is it from 2 to work, maybe down the Ridley's, what's right up the road. Um, but so technically, it's the things are the same. What I want to do with it, fix it up, do a little bit of modifying here and there. Because eventually, when my sibling finds a better vehicle, I have the option of buying the Crown Vic back. So it was worked out because I had a vision of what to do with that car, but I just didn't have the money. I needed the money for the toolbox because I needed that more than the Crown Vic, and it all worked out. I got the
Mm-hmm.
toolbox, and I can still work on the Crown Vic. That's still going to be turned into the Airsoft mobile
Yeah, I was
because I
just
don't
about
mind if
to mention that.
uh I don't mind if BBs are flying off of it, but other than that,
Like
my
the
other car is
Durango.
just my daily. Not do really do anything with that. Um, okay, torch.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, you have the torch. It, yeah, it turned from a fucking mic. He lit that bitch on fire. He's like, there you go,
Here's
sir.
the torch instead of a mic. Here's the torch.
I lit this motherfucker up.
No, but I know we have one of the topics that we'll have footage at the end of this,
Mm-hmm.
but
A little bit.
a
Not
little
much.
bit. It's not. We didn't really get too far on it, but
Unless
now-
we get more tonight or wherever.
right now I'm working on
I guess it's not tonight. I
getting
guess.
my '89 Jeep Cherokee up and running, trying to figure out what I can do there, seeing what I need to replace, etc., etc. And my main thing with that is I want to get it up and running because of course it'll probably be my daily for a while until I can get my truck up and running too. Still, it'll probably be my daily. I just use the truck when I really need the truck for other stuff, like especially if we move out, having it for uh, like big stuff that we can move and shit.
Or just even use it for hauling.
But right now I want to get it up and running, but I want to, of course, get it a couple light bars. Like I know a lot of people don't like the light bars, but personally, when it comes to with my life and how I like to be out in like the wilderness and stuff, I like to have
Wilderness must be explored.
I like to have light and stuff. So it's like to have a light bar that I can just kind of brighten up everything and just.
Like my life. Okay.
That's why I can never take this motherfucker seriously. But legitimately, I want to get light bars. I want to get a lift kit, etc., etc. I'm not gonna, of course, go and put monster truck tires and lift it up too high. I want to lift it up a little bit because I'm, of course, where I live right now. It's up a hill, and
That gets icier than a motherfucker.
but I just think it'd be kind of fun, especially if I want to take it and go like mudding. I'm not like
Worried about it.
deep right into the mud, especially if it's too deep,
Nice and soupy.
But I have a bunch of things that I want to do to my vehicles. I just kind of want to get them up and running at first before I even, think about cosmetics and whatever else to add on to them. And in all reality, that's really all I got. I know I've said that a couple times with the couple past podcasts. I can't speak right now, okay? But it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's always a new thing that you want to do on your vehicles, so it's kind of why we've brought it up a couple times in different podcasts.
More likely we'll keep updating you guys along the
Like
way.
I know we were planning on trying to see if we can get videos of like when we work on them and the progress from before and
Yeah.
after kind of thing. And it's just like it's right now it's really cold, so it's a little bit harder to do. It's not too hard, like it's not like you can't do it. It's just
You get cold.
you get cold really quick, especially out here. Like there was a while where we had pretty bad temperatures, but for the most part lately it's all right. So I know I gotta still go and swap out my lights on my Jeep because the Jeep the lights don't work, and I'm hoping it's that, because if it's not that, then it's basically just a process of elimination, and that's always the fun part. I'm just hoping it's not wiring, because wiring is the fun part.
That's the expensive part.
But in all reality, that's really all I've got to say, and I know that's, like I said, our last topic. So, do we got anything else we want to say, gentlemen? You over there, Claudius? You got anything to say or no?
No.
That pretty much covers it.
I said I was gonna bring something up earlier in the podcast, but I'll more than likely tack it on if I choose to tack it on, because I can't remember what I was gonna tack on.
But I know more or less this will be again premiered like we did before, so of course you'll probably see all of us there again. But I want to say thank you to each and every last one of you that have came out and watched the premiere.
Yeah, especially that first one. That did
That
fucking
one did
amazing.
phenomenal. But I also want to say this, because I know we hardly ever say it, is to I would love to see you guys like, subscribe, and put on that bell notification. You know, come join us in our little
family.
our
Little family.
just a bunch of idiots.
ED podcast.
Come join
Just
us.
a tip.
Find us, if you find us funny, find us enjoying to watch, be sure to
Stick around.
stick around, because it's just going to get even more hectic later on, because we all know that, especially if we're in person, it's
Oh my
It's
god.
fun.
It's fucking wild when we're all in person.
but no reality, that's really all I've got to say. I have really nothing else to add to the end of this. I know we're coming up close to
About an hour.
of a podcast.
Yep. I guess, in all honesty, I'll tack it on for you guys that are not watching this on the premiere. You guys will probably wonder when it is. It is going to be 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. That's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard. When
It's just
we
kind of enough
will,
time for when everybody's off work and
Off work.
relaxed and
yeah, but
able to hop in.
so that is going to be on Wednesdays that we will do those premieres. Of course, we record them either, of course, on Discord like tonight or in person on Sunday. So it gives me a few days to edit it. But if myself and Coyote are still in the job here basically next fall, the Idiot Podcast may
Slow down
slow down
a lot.
due to our work.
More or less, it'll probably slow down. At least we'll try and get something. But if we can't, the latest we'll be out of doing anything is kind of 2 months, I
Yeah.
believe.
About
That's how long is for-
November time.
It's like it starts in August and kind of ends in around October, November-ish. So
but that is if we're still there, because I know that if the plans of getting a apartment house kind of deal actually is a deal, we'll all want to get into better jobs.
I don't know. They kind of pay decent right now, so I mean,
Well, yeah, that is true.
it's kind of like
I know.
if we,
I would. I'm gonna get out of there.
it's just kind of like if it pays the bills at the moment, kind of stick with it until
Stick with it.
you
Till
figure it
find
out.
something. Yep.
If you figure out something better,
Well,
then more power to you.
exactly. But yeah, you guys, that is gonna be the end of the podcast. As you guys can tell, we are fresh out of stuff. We'll ask again, Mr. Claudius, as you've kind of stuck around and just kind of haven't said much. But you got anything to say, add, last minute type of deals?
Hi, I'm Claudius.
Perfect.
Perfect way to end it.
But yeah, you guys, like he said, if you guys find us enjoying at all somehow, consider subscribing. And I'm gonna just kind of repeat what he said, but yeah, that first idiot podcast, moving from my main channel to its own channel, did amazing. It did so much better than I thought it was going to, so I really do appreciate it, you guys. This is been a journey. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end it, guys. And like I say every single time, we'll see you guys all in the next video, whatever it shall be, on the main channel or this one. We've got Claudius doing giving you guys the little bunny ears. We've got Coyote, and then you've got myself, and we are signing off, guys.
Alright. Peace out, guys.
Welcome to the end of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're with him, and we're, as you can tell, in his Jeep. It's more than likely it's going to be a swap between my phone and his, just simply because my phone's almost dead. But we're trying to get her fixed up, get her running. So, just wanted to do this opening portion, and we'll, like I said, be swapping over phones here momentarily, more than likely. So, I'll try to keep you guys up to date with it as much as we can. This beep beat no work. We just figured that out. But yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date. Alright guys, well, hate to say it, but there was really not too much work done. We tried to crank her over. Of course you guys can see the gas. We had to siphon gas out, put new gas in it, and well, he did it. But yeah, as you guys can tell, the lighting's coming back to the office finally after like 2 months. But yeah, they got their truck over, tried to jump it, didn't want to work, so we're back.
Bye, Park.
Yeah,
Slowly but surely.
we're on our way back to the office so we can record the podcast that you guys just saw. This is more or less just kind of behind the scenes stuff that we're doing right now. Try not to die because
The hill's slippery.
as he said, the hill is extremely slippery. There we go. We're good now.
At least you. I'm trying to wait to get over.
You're still.
There we go.
But yeah, and I found a hat that I've been missing for the last like 4 months. Finally. So that's something. But yeah, you guys, we are on the way. We're on the highway now, so we will talk to you guys when we're a little bit closer.